my name is Louisa, and I'm really honored to be your host for today. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for being here to celebrate IWD at BMF. It means a lot to me. Just a quick sharing session. I've been through my fair share of ups and downs in life, and I've definitely felt lonely and unsupported at certain points. And through my personal experience, I wanted to mark IWD because while there are twists and turns every corner of navigating womanhood, I think that journey is very rewarding when you have other women alongside this path. So today we are joined by three remarkable individuals who bring different insights. Please join me in welcoming Sarah, Dawn, and Mary. So this year's theme is Inspire Inclusion. What does this mean to you guys?
Well, it doesn't matter what stage of life you are in, or what background you have. I think in general, everybody goes through challenges. Everybody goes through difficulties. So being able to speak up, share your challenges, what you're trying to overcome at that point, so somebody else doesn't feel so alone.
I think I can also speak a bit out of an expat perspective. A lot of people told me before coming here, oh, I think you will have a hard time in Singapore because usually expats stick in their expat bubbles. They, like, locals probably wouldn't really want to make friends with you.
Love you.
So I was very curious about how my journey was going. And I can say, like, from the bottom of my heart, that Singapore and the local people here have welcomed me with so open arms. And now, like, one year in, I think 90% of my friends and the people I hang out with, they're local peoples. And I have not felt like a foreigner or like an outsider in a way.
Yeah, I think I totally agree, but I also think that the media here has been doing a very good job. Like even Paki's publication, right? Like they've been doing a lot of inclusion. You know, they've been featuring different kinds of faces, different kinds of people. You know, and I think that really helps. There have been, you know, people with shaved heads there. There have been, you know, all sorts of shapes and sizes as well. So I'm very proud of even the media trying to break boundaries there.
Yeah, I think it's quite apparent when you see like Razia's publications as well.
Yes.
Like Dawn, as a mother of four, not just 4 kids, but 4 daughters. I'm just like, oh, okay, is everything okay? Yeah, is everything okay?
I think so.
Can you share maybe your insights on any aspirations you have for them? And do you have any concerns about them in the future where gender roles can present challenges?
I'm very open with my girls. Something that I've always encouraged my children to do is, and they're very good about it, it's communication. So they don't wait till things get out of hand or when things get quite bad. So they're very good. Even for my 18-year-old, she will come up to me. Honestly, she just got scammed a few months ago. She lost about $1,000. Yeah, but she was open to come up.
Shall we go?
I want to go find out. It's so hard to find them, you know. Anyway, we went to report to the police, right? So the thing is, she came up to me and she told me the very first time when things like when something like that happened, she was like, I don't know if I should tell Papa, but you know what? This is what happened, okay? And I'm like, okay, you know, we should go to the police first, but we should tell her dad as well. And then you need to tell her sisters what happened. Yeah. So they don't hide things or try and handle it themselves. Yeah. So we I mean, even at that age, I remember I would just try to hide a lot of things from my mom, like, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. Let's not tell my mom. Yeah. But they're very good at just sharing all their problems with us, or even boy-girl relationship kind of stuff. They're not in a relationship right now. That's probably something I'm going to handle very soon. Yeah. But
soon.
just wait. Having made that decision from the time they were very young, to have the open communications with them, to make it easy for them to come up to us and talk to us about things. And I'll be their friend when they're older, but when they were younger, they always knew that they could always trust us.
Comes something to my mind. My mom told me, like, in the very early stage, she always said to me, the nice and the beautiful secrets you can keep to yourselves, but the bad ones and the bad experiences you need to share with me so we can figure out a way for you to solve the problems. I think this phrase really stuck to me for a while and made me feel comfortable telling her like all my issues.
Go mama.
Sitting in the back.
So that trust, I think,
It's important.
Correct.
Let's move to the sons. So Sarah,
Yes.
as a mother raising 2 young
true.
boys,
that I know of.
How do you approach conversations about gender equality and diversity to ensure that your boys grow up with a strong sense of inclusion towards all individuals?
This day and age is not easy to be a parent, because kids have so much more access to the internet. So what I try to do is I raise my boys seeing their mom being a strong female, right? I like them knowing when I go out that I'm going to work. I like them knowing that when I'm doing the housework, it's not their time to watch TV. They can come and help, or they do come and help, right? And so I'm trying to foster in them equality, even from small things, like not just, mommy, you go get me water. And I don't want to treat my boys like emperors at home, because I have to train them for their future wives as well, right? And we have to raise our men to be acknowledging and cognizant of the fact that women are strong, women can do anything and everything. So can they, of course, but and I want them to see their mom being a strong person, even when I fall.
Leading by example, I think it all starts at home as well. It's a very important.
Yes, even if it means that I have to have discussions with my husband separately, to tell him, hey, you need to lead by example too. If I'm washing the dishes, you can come help. Instead of watching the.
I can resonate with that.
Because it does make a difference if the men at home also step up, because fathers are their first role models.
So just to backtrack, I'm a bit curious about the challenges you faced when you guys were pregnant. So I was pregnant when it was COVID, so I didn't get to experience how it was like working in an environment. Did you feel like there were any discriminations made to you during that period? Was there any support given to you when you were pregnant?
You 4 times left.
Okay, because you go first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And 4 times. 4 times takes precedence here.
Okay. It's very different when I was pregnant here and when I was pregnant living overseas. So I'll just give you. I was in France, and I was pregnant in France, and I was also pregnant in the US, and also pregnant here.
Pregnant everywhere.
Yeah. Globally pregnant.
Places, okay.
3 countries.
So I will come from the instance of Singapore. I'll just give the example here in Singapore. There's a lot more support here for sure. I have to tell my mom and my mother-in-law very often, because they keep telling you, just go and rest, just go and lie down, don't do anything. I'm like, why? I feel better, I feel more alive, I feel like I'm less tired when I'm able to do things. And I don't want my kids either, later on, the older ones at least, to feel like, oh, this is the time I should just be lazy. Because I teach people to be active, and for moms as well who are pregnant, it's something that really helps them to be able to recover later on. So there's very little reason, unless like there really is a medical reason why you should be bedridden. Otherwise, being active actually does help them. There are certain things that in my mother-in-law and my mother's generation, they'll tell you not to eat this and that, but everything in moderation, I believe. So being able to educate yourself and to find out what's actually good and what's bad information is king. I think that's most important for women, and not just to hearsay or just follow what people tell you with no basis.
I think I want to talk a little bit about what you said, which was discrimination. Was there any discrimination faced? There is discrimination when you are pregnant as well. Yes, there's support, but there is discrimination. Let's face it, if you're a content creator, you will definitely feel the pinch when you're pregnant, but thankfully you can still modify your photos a bit, and then still look more snatched. As a host and presenter, I didn't have the option for sure. So a lot of people would not hire me because I was pregnant. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but me and a couple of friends run this charity called SG Mummies United. We started this Facebook group and we actually help moms during COVID, and now it's extended to beyond that. The reason we started the charity was because during COVID, we realized a bulk of the people who were being fired were women who were pregnant or moms. And always when it comes to cuts and jobs, if people have to fire, they tend to fire women who have children or who are pregnant, because it means that, we all know moms have emergencies.
Yes.
Moms
Childcare emergencies, everything.
correct, so there is a certain bias about it. And I think that is where we need to do better, because honestly, women are multitaskers, especially when you're moms. If you want something done fast, get a mom to do it, because she can do it while being on the phone, organizing tuition and everything. So yes.
Mary, whilst you don't have any babies yet, I'm sure there are endeavors that you hold close to your heart. So being a content creator and now a social media coach, would you say that you're in a position to advocate for women's empowerment?
Yes, for sure. I think everyone who is in some part of social media present, I think everyone can do their part about drive awareness. And this is maybe also a bit of a difference coming from Switzerland, where freedom of speech is a big topic, and it's very liberal. Everyone can share whatever they want, and they're not afraid of getting in trouble either by law or society. I think it's less of an issue than here. But yeah, definitely everyone who's in social media has the power, I think has more power than someone who's not on social media to drive awareness and raise their voice.
How about as a female content creator? Do you find that the odds are stacked against you? Do you have any harrowing experiences to share?
As a female content creator, in comparison to a male content creator, I think there are way more female content creators out there. For me, as a Swiss girl here in Singapore, I think the odds were a bit for me, like as in a positive way, because I probably was a bit different than the Asian girls. I never felt like I wouldn't get a job because I wasn't Asian looking or female. And I think that's a very beautiful thing to notice.
How about you guys, as content creators yourself? Anything to add to what Mary has shared?
I wouldn't speak on behalf of content creators, because there's so many here, but I would say that anyone and everyone can advocate for females, because like it or not, all of us are here because of a woman. If you're male, you were here because a woman gave birth to you. So as long as you're on earth, you have a right to champion women, because you have a woman in your life, whether it's your mom, your sis, your aunt, a cousin, something. So whether you're male or female, I feel as long as you have a voice, you have something to say, you have a right to step up.
Yeah, to add on also, like, what you said about whether or not there's the challenges when we're sharing our content, there will always be some people who don't share the same ideas as us, or they just want to say something that might not sound very nice.
Trolls are real.
Yeah,
Trolls are real.
it's true. If I have only 2 kids in my video, they'll ask, "Where are your other 2 kids? How come they're not with you?" I'm like, okay. So the thing is, I never take it personally. People can just say what they want, but I always choose to share things that can add value.
I think social media is a great platform when it's used the correct way to promote inclusivity. And in fact, we've also seen Singapore use it to embrace diversity, which is great to see. Having lived in both Switzerland and in Singapore, do you see any differences between the attitudes of both countries?
Yeah, in Switzerland, especially women empowerment and women fighting for equal rights for women it's a very big topic and has been going on for years. And we have on 8th of March every year. Last year, I think there was 100,000 women raising their voices in Zurich. It was a huge parade, all over the news. And this happens every single year and has been going on. I think it started when she was young. I feel like because this is not possible in Singapore, unfortunately, but
It's too hot, right, to walk on the road.
The movement is big, and it's an ongoing discussion about women getting equal rights and equal pay for a lot of things. From this past year, I get the feeling it's a bit bigger topic in Switzerland already, because they actually have implemented different new law. Whenever there's a success story about a woman, there's an article about it, and it gets talked a lot about.
I did read of a case rather recently in UK where they actually awarded a female who was a stay-at-home mom a certain amount of money during divorce for all the months that she was at home and taking care of the children. So they monetized, and I thought it was groundbreaking. groundbreaking, right? Because a lot of times the stay-at-home moms feel like they're not contributing, or husbands kind of don't feel that they're
Compared to the
contributing.
other half that actually contributes and actually works.
The provider, the viewed
financial
provider, financial provider. And a lot of times the work that women do at home, which is the childcare, they're a nurse, they're a nanny, they are your legal person, they're your tutors, they are your drivers, everything. There's so many jobs in one, mechanic, everything, and so I found it groundbreaking that a government finally recognized that stay-at-home mom is a full-time job that deserves to be remunerated. So I do think that even in here, while women are very protected by the Women's Charter and aware, and we have a lot of great organizations there to protect women's rights, I think we have some ways to go in terms of recognition of the unseen work that women do
I
at
think
home.
you're right. Non-financial contributions are also as equally important as financial.
Technically, sometimes more tiring.
Exactly, but people don't see it that way because the view is that if you don't work, you are contributing less.
Yes.
But I think
it's something that
I think this starts already like on a much smaller scale, where as in a family where this is an issue between like husband and wife. I'm the one who does all the work, and yet she just takes care of the children. I think this is something that wife and husband, that they have to figure out themselves, and that the woman gets the feeling from her husband that her work or her contribution to the raising the family is as much equal, or as much effort as him.
Being a military wife, I did have to move overseas with my husband a couple of times.
And they remunerate,
And
right,
they
for the
remunerate,
females,
yes.
yes.
So the government, the Air Force does
Only if
that.
you marry military men.
Yeah, only if. Yeah. So although I gave up my job at that time, jobs at that time, there was remuneration. So that actually still helped us to be able to save up. And then when we came back, it's not like I went there and I did nothing. Yeah. So I was able to bring up my children and have that peace of mind that at least the Air Force is remunerating me for my time that I'm going there, for us to bring up our kids, to raise our kids together as well.
We need to find Susie military men.
Yeah.
as a fairly new mother, I think raising a child is not just tiring emotionally, it's also, you need to have that mentality that, it's a journey, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, correct?
Yeah.
So Dawn, you inspire me with your ability to juggle 4 daughters. How old are your daughters again?
18, 16, 12, and turning 9. I have
She was not a teen mom or a child mom.
No. And it was not shotgun, okay?
She's very young.
Thank you. Yeah, so I got married when I was 21, but I already knew my husband when I was 15. So we were together since then.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so my only boyfriend,
Wow, that's dream. That is why.
I mean, the longest relationship I've had is with my gynae,
Okay, wait. I must say why I also ended up with him for so long. My friends all know this, okay? But he was stalking me for 2 years.
Like on social media.
I married my stalker. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He wasn't really stalking, right?
Not really. He would just wait downstairs.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So I go to school earlier and earlier until I went to school at 5:30 in the morning, just so that I don't see him at the void deck. But he was still there.
Okay, they don't really
Just to
check
send me
if
to
you have
school.
Stockholm syndrome.
No, I don't. No, but he just like, I just want to send you to school. Now, like, okay, that's a creepy, but it was a good intention. Yeah.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together?
Since we actually met in Sarawak during OBS, but since then we were just. It's a long time. Yeah, so stuff like that do happen. It's not just in like storybooks, It comes a lot with going through different phases together. If we always had the mentality that, oh my gosh, you've changed, you're no longer the person that I met, it won't last. Yeah. So I have to say I've changed and he's changed, but if both sides can accept it and move forward with it, I think that's just it's okay. But in many cases, if one side just doesn't accept it, then it just can't go on. Yeah.
Love is a choice.
It is. It's a choice. Yeah, but it's not without going through a lot of give and take as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes we just have to learn to be able to accept the changes as well. Yeah, so it's not
Sometimes
easy.
You have to hide the knives in the house.
Exactly.
Is that what you do with your husband
Exactly.
as well?
Hide something
Yeah.
That you both don't kill each other, right?
Yeah, it's tougher for the ladies, no doubt, because we go through the hormonal changes, the pregnancies,
Postpartum,
yeah,
everything.
the guys don't have to worry about all the physical changes that happens and the recovery. So I think if I was able to do a redo, I would definitely send him for some training.
There needs to be.
Yeah, there has to be. There has to be. Yeah.
Maybe a male influencer can come up with that, right?
There's this experiment where they put men into pain where that
Yes, the contraction.
Oh yes.
so many of them fainted.
Just even period pain.
Women are honestly amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always feel like if God made us able to handle labor pains, we can do anything we want to do. Really.
Yeah. So I
She
think.
handled it 4 times.
Yeah, it was not easy. It's never easy. Thinking back as well, I would still do it again, but I will be better prepared. No, full stop. Yeah, honestly, I always wanted 4 kids. I really always wanted 4 kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I grew up with just my sis and I, and she's been living for the past 1.5 decades in Japan. So I've always wanted more siblings since I was younger. I love my sis to bits. I just wish there were more of her. So yeah.
Yeah, it's very
I would say, yeah, if there was some way to get the husbands to prepare themselves better in supporting the wives in this journey, I think it would be so much
for
better for the
training.
marriage as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really believe in premarital counseling if you're going to get married. I think it's vital. Yeah, because you need to quarrel sometimes or learn the tools to quarrel as well and learn all the bad stuff that people don't want to talk about. Like I always tell my gal pals, you should be willing to be financially naked with the person that you're with if you're willing to get naked with the person.
For sure.
Yeah. And because that's the toughest, because number one cause of divorces and breakups, money. Yeah. I'm sure you know as a former lawyer.
Yes. I mean, I'm Catholic. I went through like pre-marriage counseling as well. I think they covered very uncomfortable topics like money. You need to talk about these things. Okay, so I think we're into the last part of our panel. Is there any life lesson or any words that each of you guys want to tell our viewers on social?
Yeah, I have. My past years have been like a roller coaster of different cities and different life stages. And this is something that my mom gave me along the way that she taught me from the first minute I could think. This guy has no limits. If you have a mom or have women or people surrounding you, making you believe that you can achieve anything, you really can. And I was very fortunate of having people around me that always believed in me. And here I am in Singapore. I really am the happiest I've ever been. And this is mainly because I was also supported very, very much by my closest family and friends. And I wish that everyone finds these people. So as you as an individual, if you can give this feeling to someone else, I think you have already contributed to help them along their journey.
sharing from my experience. Although I say I've been married for so long and it's to my first love as well, we never rushed into it. We actually knew each other and we were together for 7 years before we decided to tie the knot. Yeah. So I tell my kids as well, you don't have to get married. Yeah, even if you fall in love with somebody and you want to live together, you don't have to get married.
I think you don't put the pressure on your kids.
I mean, it's a choice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they tell me I don't want to have kids ever. I'm like, it's fine. Just be happy. Yeah. If you're responsible for and they don't have to answer to anybody except themselves. I think that's most important.
For me, I think I would like to remind everyone that there are seasons for everything. I mean, a lot of people now, there's a lot of stress on women can do everything. You can juggle everything. Honestly, it's not possible. You can't have your cake and eat it too all the time. There will be times where you are needed more as a mom. There will be times where you're needed more at work. It's juggling. So prioritize what is important to you at that point in life. So seasons for everything. Another thing that I would like to share is a lot of women, I think, are very scared of having kids. I was one of those women. I got married really late in life. I had a nice time dating. I dated till I found my husband, ironically, in a club at 36.
In a club.
In a club, yeah, I didn't expect it because I was telling people you don't meet people in a club, but I did. At 36, we got married at 38, which is quite late, and I had my my first kid at 39, the second at 41. Geriatric pregnancies, right? What I would like to share with women is don't let motherhood hold you back. Whether you're in your 20s, whether you're in your 30s, whether in your 40s, there is a time and space in your life to be a mom. And when it comes, just accept it and embrace it. Don't let it hold you back, because there are benefits to being a mom in every phase of your life. In your 20s, you have more energy. You might not have as much money for the tuition and everything, for your 30s, you probably are a little bit more grounded. You probably would have chosen your life partner a little bit better. So you would have a more stable relationship and therefore more stable kids. When you are older, you definitely will pick someone that you won't kill, because it does, yes, and you're a lot more stable in your life, so you really know what you want. So more stable relationship, also more finances to be able to take care of the kids. Compromise is less energy, so every phase there's pros and cons. So don't let the fear of having kids stop your career or anything hold you back. When time comes, just embrace it and go through with it. So I know it's scary. Did you find it scary? Were you afraid it will affect your career?
For sure. But I think, just to add on to what you said, I think it's important to be compassionate, gentle, and kind with yourself. I said, motherhood is not a sprint. It's a journey that you go on slowly. So there are times where I have severe mom guilt. I mean, you can ask my friends or my colleagues. I'll be like, I didn't spend enough time with my kid. Today I should do more this weekend. But I think just trust that you're doing the best you can, and just know that everything should fall into place nicely.
And if your choice is to not have children, you go, girl. Yeah,
fine as well.
Totally fine. Because there are lots of people who make different choices now. The choice is yours. You do what is best for you.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you know you.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for your time.
Thank you, everybody.